Manga-Waido.
Mom, we're thinking about getting married. To tell you the truth, Rin is carrying my baby right now.
What? My name is Makiko Ora. My son Kazuma was bringing a woman home for the first time ever. But then suddenly, he hit me with the most unexpected words. And I was stunned. I'm terribly sorry that the order of things is the opposite, but I truly love him. And I also love the child that I'm carrying. So please, allow us to get married.
Mom, please. Can you please accept our marriage?
After I lost my husband, I raised my son with my own hands. And I believe I raised Kazuma to be a proud adult. If this is what my son decided, then no matter what, I wanted to root for him. I understand. The two of you need to work together to build a happy family together.
Thank you, Mom.
After they got married, the boy that was born was named Yuma, and the two of them were working together to raise him. However, when Yuma became 5 years old... What? Kazuma was in an accident? When Yuma had a fever, Kazuma had taken him to the hospital, and on his way home, they said that Yuma had stepped out into the street and he was hit by a speeding car. His life was spared, but he wasn't able to regain his consciousness. This is all because I told you to take him to the hospital. This is all my fault. It's my fault. Rin, please don't blame yourself like that. Rin said that she was struggling so much that she couldn't bring herself to do anything. And so I took Yuma in. Until Kazuma wakes up, I need to support Yuma and Rin in whatever way I can. However, time continued to pass, and Rin had left Yuma in my care, yet never came to pick him up. She didn't even try to get in touch with me. I was starting to get worried that perhaps something may have happened, and so I tried to ask her, but nobody was home. When I finally got through to her, there was a lot of noise on the other end of the phone. When I asked her about it, she said that she was at a friend's house. I just don't know what's going to happen from now. So I came to talk to my friends about it, and it already became this late. I see. I'm going to be staying at my friend's house tonight. Please look after Yuma. Hey, wait. Even after that, Rin started staying out overnight often, and Yuma was stuck spending extended periods of time at my house. Rin, Yuma is really lonely. I think you should be home more, and look after him. I am sorry, but when I am home, I just get so depressed. I understand that, but Yuma is your child, and... Please, don't be so cold to me. Even though we're family, that's awful. When she started crying, I wasn't able to say anything further. In the end, Rin was barely ever home, and Yuma started living at my house all the time. Grandma, I'm sorry. It's nothing for you to apologize about, Yuma. I'm sure your mom will come back when she's calmed down. That being said, this is not looking good. I know the medical expenses are only piling up, and I don't want Yuma to struggle. I need to do something. That's what I thought, and so I put Yuma in the care of the preschool, and I decided to get a part-time job. Luckily, when I spoke to the supermarket that I used to work at, they quickly rehired me. While Kazuma was still in a coma, we started to go back to our normal daily lives. But then one day, when I was on the way home from grocery shopping with Yuma... Grandma, let's go home. What? But I thought you wanted to go to the bookstore. It's better if we go home now. Come on, hurry. I was pulled by Yuma, and when we hurried home, there was a shadow of somebody inside the house. A thief? But these shoes. With my heart pounding, when I crept into the house... Rin, what's the matter? You didn't even call. When I looked at Rin's hands, She was holding items that Kazuma had been treasuring. Aren't those Kazuma's? What on earth are you planning on doing? This is... You see... Mommy, you're going to sell those, aren't you? Sell them? What do you mean? According to Yuma, he said that Rin was using an app on her phone to sell clothes and watches that were at their house. It's all for living expenses. Given the state that he's in, we're going to need money from now on. In that case, then you should get a job and work. Those are the collectibles that Kazuma treasures, aren't they? How can you just sell those? You know, I'm his wife. These are our shared assets as a married couple. So why should you tell me what to do with it? Don't you know that things purchased before the marriage aren't considered shared assets? Anyway, I know that Kazuma is desperately trying to stay alive right now. And I'm not gonna let you sell his precious items. Whatever, that's enough. As she said that, Rin stormed out. Oh my goodness. But even still, I wonder why Yuma suddenly said that we needed to go home immediately. For a brief moment, I thought it was strange, but at that time I quickly forgot about it. However, after that, Yuma continued to show unusual powers. One day, he told me, "You should bring the laundry in from outside." And immediately after that, it would start raining. Or the other day that he told me, "We're not going to get there on this train." And then we changed train lines, only to find out that the train that we were originally on ended up in a crash. Even after he started elementary school, Yuma started to say strange things more and more often. One day, at Parent Observation Day,
Well then, this is a special problem. Is there anybody that can solve it?
What? That's too hard. That's a problem for middle schoolers, isn't it? Surely it's impossible for these kids.
If just one person can answer it, I won't give you any homework for today.
Yes.
Oh, but this might be hard even for you, Yuma.
However, Yuma said,
Wow, it's correct!
after class, I was asked to stay behind by the teacher, and he showed me the mini tests from every day. And then, with a face full of hope and expectation, he said to me, "I think Yuma may be a genius." When we got home, I decided to try asking Yuma about it. I didn't solve the problem, I just saw it. What do you mean you saw it? I saw a scene of the teacher showing us how to solve it and the answer. So I just answered it exactly like that. This boy, maybe he really is. It was hard to believe, but perhaps there was a very small chance that Yuma was able to see just a few moments into the future. And then, not long after that, one day, we were at the shop because I was going to buy Yuma a cake when the incident occurred. Grandma, which one are you going to get? I don't think I need one. Wait a minute, do you not have enough money? What? No, that's not the case at all. But weren't you saying the other day to the nurse that you needed a little bit more time to pay the hospital? I didn't know he saw me. Everything is fine. You don't need to worry about it, Yuma. Really? Oh, well then, instead of cake, can we get that? When I looked to where Yuma was pointing, it was a stall selling lottery tickets. I just want one sheet. That would be fine, right, Grandma? Wait a minute. Could it be that he saw something again? I wanted to confirm the truth without thinking. I allowed him to just get one sheet. A few days later, when I checked the winning lottery numbers, no way, $10,000? We actually won? Thank goodness. With this, you'll be able to pay Daddy's hospital money, right? Yes. Thank you, Yuma. So it's true, this boy can actually see the future. But more than being happy, if anything, I was scared. It would be one thing if it was just the little things in our daily lives, but if he could use this power on money, then I had to make sure that Rin would never find out. The reason for that was because over the last few months, Rin was spending money almost every single day on betting at the horse races. She was even coming to me asking to borrow money, so when she found out about his power, I already knew what she would try to do. Yuma, you must stay silent about this power that you have. Otherwise, things are going to become dangerous. What? But why? Because there are going to be people who try to use those powers for evil. So please, don't tell anyone else besides your grandma about your powers, okay? Okay, I understand. And you can't use it for your studies either, because you won't learn anything that way. Can you promise? I promise. Luckily, Yuma was quick to understand. However, it was already too late. Only a few days after that. Hey, Yuma! I heard from Yoshi's mommy. Apparently, you're some kind of genius. Rin had heard about what happened at the parent observation day from one of the fellow moms. No, I'm not. I just understood it a little bit. But it was a super difficult problem, wasn't it? In that case, why don't you enter this? What Rin proceeded to show us was the casting call for a TV game show where amateurs compete, and if they get 10 questions right, they win $10,000. I don't wanna be on TV. Rin, you need to stop. Yuma is uncomfortable. Miss Makiko, please keep your mouth shut. Yuma, please. I don't wanna. I'm not smart or anything like that. It's just that I can see the future. Yuma. Excuse me? What a stupid thing to say. I'm not lying. Tomorrow, this horse is going to win. That's enough, isn't it? Rin, you need to leave. I panicked and I kicked her out of the house. As it turns out, Rin was laughing at what Yuma said. But she did try betting on the horse that he mentioned. And there was no doubt that she must have won big from it. The next day, she barged into the house, yelling at Yuma to tell her which horse was going to win. At that time, we pretended like we weren't home, and we somehow got away with it. But to my disbelief, Rin waited until Yuma was finished with school, and then she grabbed him and took him to the racehorses and tried to force him to use his power. I don't wanna! Mommy grabbed me and made me go. I'm scared. I don't wanna go to school anymore. I know, Yuma. Your grandma is going to do something about this. I immediately called Rin and tried to scold her, but her only response was, "That boy is my child, and what I do with him is my own right, isn't it?" After that, she refused to pick up the phone anymore. What do I do? I know. So that's the situation. And I want you to protect him going to and from school. Do you think I can ask you to do that, dear Tobo?
Leave it to me. Yuma, I'm going to protect you, so you have to listen to whatever I say.
Yeah, I think I can trust you, mister.
You're a good kid.
Thank you, Mr. Tobo. This man was my dear Tobo Amagi, who was a handyman. Previously, I had asked him to help repair my roof, and ever since then, we remained close. As you can see from his scary appearance, apparently he used to be a performer gangster, but these days he is more like the silent guardian of the local community. And so, just as expected, on that day Rin appeared when Yuma was leaving school. However...
Who the hell are you? What do you want from Yuma?
Who are you? A gangster?
I'm not a gangster. I'm a handyman. And I made a promise that I'm going to take this kid back to his home. If you're gonna get in the way, surely you know what's coming for you.
Ah!
Well then, Yuma, let's go.
Yeah. And And so Yuma was able to get home safely. I had asked dear Tobo to stay at home with Yuma until I came home from my shift that evening. With this, I thought that Rin would finally give up on trying to take him. But
Today there was a pretty rough-looking guy that was with her. Well, I glared at them, and when I told them that I would call the police, they disappeared.
Really? Thank you. But even still, I can't believe that she would try to use a man like that. I can't ask you to help me like this forever, Tobo. So I need to figure out some way to make her give it up somehow.
About that, I wanted to tell you, according to what I heard from somebody I know, that woman named Rin.
What? Is that definitely true?
Yeah. So what do you think about this?
Do you think it'll go well?
It depends on Yuma. What do you think? Do you want to try?
Yeah, I can do it. I'll do my best.
Alright. In that case, we put this plan to action.
The next day, after Tobo safely brought Yuma home after school, and he went home, immediately after that, Rin and a giant man appeared at my house. Yuma, why don't you come and play with Mommy? Stop it, Rin!
Shut up, Grandma!
Stop it! If you hurt my grandma, then I'm never going to forgive you.
You got some balls, kid. If you don't want your grandma to get hurt, then you better come with us.
All you have to do is look at the little horses and tell me which horse is going to come in first place. That's all. I'll tell you, okay? Today, horse number 5 and horse number 2 are going to win. Really? Yeah, this one is going to be in first place and this one will be in second. No way. If we hit this, then it's going to be really high winnings.
We have no time to waste. Let's hurry up and go!
Thanks, Yuma. See you again. Yuma, are you okay? Yeah, but more importantly, Grandma. Yes, I know. I immediately picked up the phone and contacted Tobo. We did exactly as you told us to. Can we leave the rest to you?
Sure, I got it.
A few hours later.
Yo, well done. The collection went as planned.
Really? Thank you so much, dear Tobo. This is what Tobo's plan was. According to Tobo, Rin and the man that was with her had borrowed money from some shady loan sharks, and apparently they've been hiding and running away from them. Both of them were really good at running away and would immediately disappear, so the debt collectors were also having difficulty catching them. That was when...
While the two of them are distracted by the horse races, I'm going to call the debt collectors and tell them where they are and hand them over.
Do you think it'll go well?
It depends on Yuma. Because we need to get them to stay at the horse races as long as possible, he has to say the numbers that are going to win the highest amount in the very last race. In that case, I'm sure they'll get too focused on the race to realize. Can you do it?
Yeah, I can do it. And then... and with this, we're going to become millionaires.
Hurry up and get the races started!
And that was when the debt collectors that Tobo had called arrived.
We've been looking for you. What? No way! Well then, are you going to pay back the money?
How did you know?
These guys told me that they were looking for you. So in an act of kindness, I brought them here.
You're the guy that was with Yuma.
You made a big mistake! A big mistake? It's a huge help for us, now that we've been able to find you.
Please wait a few minutes. This race, we're definitely going to win.
That's right! That little kid can see the future, and when we win, we'll be able to pay you back all of the money! Is that so? Well, that better be the truth, right? We're serious!
Because that boy has never missed. However, the result was a huge miss.
No way! Well then, the two of you, you need to make sure that you properly return what you ought to be returned. Well then, Shall we go? To a really great place?
My life is over.
So that's what happened. And those guys are now busy paying back that debt. So I don't think that they'll be showing up here for quite some time.
Thank you, Tobo. There's no way that I could have ever come up with a plan like that.
The amount of debt that they had, I don't know how many years it'll take them to pay it back.
Grandma, Mommy isn't going to show up tomorrow. Or the day after. Not for a long time. Is that so? Well, I hope that she works hard and can pay back the money that she borrowed and becomes a better person before she comes back.
Well then, that's case closed on this. Yuma, you take care of your grandma. You got it?
Yeah. The best thing for me is if Yuma grows up to be a healthy boy. Also, I just saw the vision, but about Daddy. What? The following week, I received a phone call from the hospital that Kazuma had woken up, and we held each other and celebrated. After that, Kazuma slowly but surely recovered, and 2 weeks later, he was discharged from the hospital. When I told him about Rin, he was shocked. But it turns out that there were a number of things that had concerned Kazuma when they were married and living together.
I didn't know how to see through her. Mom, Yuma, I'm truly so sorry for all the trouble that I caused you. From now on, we're going to protect the both of you.
When he said that, he held our hands in a firm grip and made that promise. Oh, Grandma, you can't hang that up now. It's going to rain. Oh, my, is that so? Also, it looks like Daddy is going to buy us a cake on his way home. That's very happy news. As usual, it seems that Yuma is able to see into the future, and he uses that power to help us every day. Nobody can say how long he'll be able to use that power for. It's all a mystery. But even if he were to lose those powers, Yuma is full of kindness and thoughtfulness. And I'm sure that he's going to be able to be happy in his days ahead. I'm going to school now. Have fun. So, today was another day that I sent the happy Yuma off to school with a smile on my face.